You counted too fast. Count slower.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing tonight? Good. Well, welcome to my pollinator party here at Schmeeckle Reserve. My name is Felicity, and I am the flower fairy. Tonight, I'm having a dinner party, a pollinator dinner party, to kick off the start of spring. And as all the flowers start to bloom, it's because of all the hard work of my friends, the pollinators. I'm having some of my closest pollinator friends come to join us tonight. But while we're waiting for them to arrive, why don't we talk a little bit about what pollination is? Pollination is what helps my flowers reproduce and make more flowers. They need pollinators to do this because they need pollinators to take the pollen from the anthers, these fuzzy little things, and get them to the middle of the flower. These structures are in almost every kind of flower there is. Pollinators also are needed to get the pollen to different kinds of flowers so that they can get healthy and strong. Now, flowers need pollinators so much that they've created nectar to feed them. They're sweet and sticky, and pollinators just love to feed the nectar from all the flowers. I wonder who that could be. I think it's my first guest. Oh, hello, Beatrice. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm having a buzzingly good day.
Good. Why don't you come in and introduce yourself to all my new guests?
Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm so glad all of you didn't run away when you saw me. I mean, most of the time when I'm flying around and I fly past you humans, you swat at me and are afraid. And I really don't understand why. I'm just a bumblebee. I even have a name. It's Beatrice. Nice to meet all of you. Oftentimes, I'm just flying around at my own pace, trying to find some flowers for food. Many times it's in your garden, or even right here in Schmeeckle Reserve. But I don't just take. I help out your flowers and vegetables by pollinating them. Surprisingly enough, I heard some of you humans talking once, and you said that around 1/3 of your food production depends on us pollinators, or us insects to pollinate. Now, I want to give you some helpful hints about what I look like so you can help, or you can distinguish me from my more aggressive cousins. I'm a very large round bee in comparison to the honeybee and the wasp. And as you can see, I have black and yellow stripes all across my body. And if you could tell, I'm actually very hairy. I'll tell you why later. But, oh, and us females have stingers, and my male friends don't even have any. And to tell you the truth, I really don't like to sting anybody. I think it's pretty mean.
That's right. I never knew that you were so friendly, Beatrice. I think that might be one of my other guests. Come on in. Oh, hello, Kiwi. How are you?
Hi, Felicity. Hey, get away from my flowers.
Kiwi, stop that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Felicity. I'm sorry, Beatrice. I just don't like when other pollinators are in my territory. I chase bees, butterflies, and especially other ruby-throated hummingbirds. You don't see any other hummingbirds around here, do you? Good. When I am just flying around Schmeeckle, I can go 30 miles per hour. And when I dive, look out. I can go at a speed of 63 miles per hour. Now I beat my wings in a figure-8 pattern, an average of 52 times per second. But when I'm dancing to impress females, I can beat them up to 250 times per second. Plus, I can hover when I need to pollinate some flowers.
Mommy, you're there.
Whew.
Yeah. Now, how do you attract females?
Well, glad you asked. I have this bright ruby red throat to attract the females because ladies love red.
True. Well, it sounds like you lead a pretty hectic life. I heard someone knocking on the door again. I wonder who it is. Oh, hello, Kelly.
Oh, hello, Felicity. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful.
Oh, great. Well, yes, I am Kelly, the Carner blue butterfly, the most beautiful butterfly here in Schmeeckle Reserve. Even though I may be small, with my wingspan only reaching 1 inch across, I have quite stunning patterns across my wings, if I do say so myself. Huh. I was supposed to meet my husband here at the pollinator party. I even gave him an invitation. But you see, he's never been to Schmeeckle Reserve before, so he probably got lost and wouldn't ask for directions. Oh well. But in the Carner Blue family, the boys and the girls look just a little bit different. On this side, we look the same. We have such a pretty pale blue to our wings, but we also have orange crescents and black dots everywhere. But I'm a lady Carner Blue, so my back has orange crescents too. But my husband does not. Instead, his is just a plain solid blue color, while my back is brown and blue. I know, pretty, isn't it? Well, you know all those other butterflies from Schmeeckle, the monarchs and the swallowtails you might have seen? They probably think they're so pretty because they have bright colors and big wings. But I think they're just jealous of me, a Carner Blue, because I have 2 different patterns to my wings.
Well, that looks like almost everybody here at our party. But wait, where's Bella? 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 Oh, that must be her. Come on in, Bella. Oh, hi, Felicity. Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm so sorry that I'm late to the party, but see, I'm just not used to being up this early. Ooh. Wait, is that a fire? No, Bella, no! Oh, that's not safe. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You see, I'm an Isabella tiger moth. We moths, we get really attracted to fires and bright lights and things like that. I'll try not to get too distracted and scare everybody. And, oh, wow. There's quite a lot of people here today. I don't do so well with crowds. I hope I don't get too nervous. See, I'm a nocturnal animal. I only come out at nighttime when everybody else has gone to sleep. And that way, I don't have to wait in line for my dinner. I just go right up and start eating. Also, I'm really scared of predators. And at nighttime, most of those predators have gone to sleep too, and I don't have to worry about it. Well, today, I thought I'd come out just a little bit early and come and meet everybody and get this pollinator party started. I can't wait for the flowers to start blooming so I can eat some really yummy nectar. Yep, I eat nectar too. Now, a lot of you probably thought that moths are just living in your closets, making your clothes smell funny. Well, only some of my cousins do that. Most of us are pollinators. Because when the sun goes down, someone has to take over the pollinator night shift. We love the dark. I'm up for that challenge. Now, some of you might be wondering what the difference between moths and butterflies are. Well, we do look a little similar, but as you can see, Kelly has such beautiful colors and patterns. I don't really have that. I'm just kind of this pale yellow color with black spots. I know it's not the prettiest pattern in the world, but since I only come out at night, not many people see me, so I don't have to dress up that much. Now, another thing that I have is I'm a little bit furry and powdery. That's not very pretty either, but it helps me stay nice and warm when I'm out pollinating at nighttime. Oh gosh, what's that buzzing sound? It's so loud.
Well, all bumblebees have to buzz.
That was you buzzing?
Yeah, don't you all know why bumblebees buzz? No? All right, well, the buzzing sound actually does not come from the flapping of my wings, but from my muscles vibrating super fast. And I have to do this for 2 reasons. The first reason is, I can't always depend on the Wisconsin weather to be very warm, so I have to buzz to warm my muscles up before I fly. Another reason is certain plants have really sticky pollen, so they need excellent pollinators to pollinate them. And a plant that, for an example, that has really sticky pollen is the tomato plant. Does anyone like tomatoes? Yeah? Well, when I'm buzzing and I land on this plant, it shakes away all the pollen that sticks to me. So without me, the bumblebee, there wouldn't be as many tomatoes in this world.
Wow, I never knew that's the reason that bumblebees buzz. Now that we've had some drinks, what would you all like to have for dinner?
Well, I really like to
Well,
eat.
we butterflies like to eat nectar from a lot of different flowers, Felicity.
Oh.
But some of my favorites are goldenrod and butterfly weed. Do you have any of those here in Schmeeckle?
I'm not sure if they're here yet, but I'll go check.
Aw, thanks. But did any of you else know that I can tell what plant it is just by landing on the leaf, not even looking at the flower? That's because when I land on the leaf, my feet have taste buds, and I can tell what it is, so I know if it's good or not. Especially those goldenrods and butterfly weed.
Here you are.
Thanks, my favorite. Oh, goldenrod. But as I'm digging around for all this delicious nectar, I have to use my special tongue called a proboscis. Now, the flowers like to hide that nectar really deep inside so we can get close to their pollen. So my proboscis can be quite long. But what happens when I'm digging around for all this delicious sugary nectar is this ugly pollen gets stuck to my body and my feet. Ugh, it does not go with these wings at all. So I make sure that once I travel to my next flower, I drop it off. That way it doesn't make me look ugly.
My favorite flower, the trumpet creeper. You know, I like lilies and honeysuckle and lots of other flowers too, but the trumpet creeper is my favorite because of its bright red color. We make a pretty good team, me and those flowers. You see, when I'm flying around Schmeeckle and I poke my head into a flower, I get its sweet nectar, and in turn, the pollen grains stick to my nose, my beak, and my forehead, and then as I travel to other flowers, I transfer it, and they get pollinated. It's pretty great.
Here, I'll take that for you.
Oh, thanks. But I can fly so fast that I pollinate a lot of flowers in a short amount of time. I don't just eat nectar though. I like a little protein in my diet too. I eat gnats, flies, little spiders, and even small bees.
Ah! You told me you weren't gonna eat me!
Kidding.
Goodness. But I do sample tree sap from time to time, especially early in the spring like now, when there aren't very many flowers. I also like...
Gabby?
Oh hey, Felicity.
Yes?
Yeah.
Do you have any hummingbird feeders, any sugar water feeders around here?
Well, we normally do. Normally they're right up by the visitor center, but ours isn't up yet. But I might have one in the back. Let me check.
Oh, great. I'll just sample this trumpet creeper while I wait.
Here, how about this, Huey?
Perfect, thank you. Hummingbird feeders like this one are really helpful for me during this time of year, when I just get back from migration and I need to get a lot of energy really quickly. But if you're going to build me a hummingbird feeder and put one out in your garden, please do not add any honey or artificial sweeteners or food coloring. That can make me sick. Whew.
Wow, Huey, you sure are hungry.
I really am. I eat 5 to 10 times every hour. That's like every 6 minutes. You see, I burn a lot of energy, so I need to eat my weight in nectar every single day. I burn 7,000 calories a day. Whew. I burn so many calories.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's great that Huey eats so much, but Bella, what do you eat before Huey eats all the flowers?
Oh, I'm not that picky of an eater. Any old flower will do.
Okay, let me see what I have. How about this one?
Felicity, is this an evening primrose?
Yes?
Evening primrose are one of my favorite flowers. I love that they're just such a pale yellow. I really like the pale flowers because when I'm flying around outside at night, it reflects the moonlight and I can find them super easy. Now, another thing that I really love about this evening primrose is it just smells delicious. Oh, I love how that smells. How that smell just wafts through the forest, and I have such a great sense of smell that I can find it from miles away. When I'm pollinating at night, I need all the help I can get to find my flowers. But I don't just eat evening primrose. No, I'll eat lots and lots of different flowers. Pretty much any flower that's blooming at night I'll eat. Whether it's sunflowers or bladder campions, lupins, anything, I'll eat them. But before I get a little carried away, I should probably share some of my flowers with Beatrice. But where did Beatrice go? Beatrice?
Beatrice! Beatrice!
Beatrice, come out. I promise I won't eat you. You're much too big for me.
All right, as long as you promise.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
Well, I'm heavy set for a reason.
Bumblebee.
My weight combined with the buzzing make sure that I can pollinate even when temperatures go below freezing. That makes me very unique. And sometimes when I'm pollinating and I land on a petal, some of the other parts of the flowers get in my way, but my weight allows me to push all the flowers to the side. Yeah.
Does that mean that you can pollinate at different times of the year?
Yeah, no, I can pollinate, like I said, when temperatures go below freezing, so I can pollinate even in the winter and early in the spring.
Well, then what do you like to eat?
Well, I like to eat pollen and nectar from many different types of wildflowers, as well as vegetables and other certain plants. And as you can see, I'm pretty hairy. I really don't like to shave. But I realize that if I don't shave, a lot of the pollen gets stuck to my hair. And since the flowers don't harm me at all, I like to keep my hair just the way it is.
Wow, I sure am glad I prepared my garden with enough flowers. You pollinators eat all kinds of different flowers. But what would you like for dinner?
I'm pretty full.
Yeah.
But the flowers I had in the Caribbean islands this winter, they were so good.
Oh my gosh, Huey, can you please tell me about your trip this winter?
Sure, it was great, but it was a really, really long flight. You see, we hummingbirds fly 2,000 miles all the way to Central America, Mexico, or the Caribbean islands. It takes us between 18 and 20 hours to fly there from Wisconsin to our winter homes. And some birds, they think the land route is best. But I like adventure, and so I flew all the way across the Gulf of Mexico. But then in spring, I have to migrate all the way back. Now, I've come here to set up my territory before the females arrive. I must defend my territory. You don't see any other male hummingbirds around here, do you?
Nope.
Good.
Well, enough about all those pretty flowers in the Caribbean. Let's look at me instead. Aren't I gorgeous? Yes, I know, I'm pretty stunning. But did you also know I'm quite rare? The Carner Blues are an endangered butterfly, which means there isn't really many of my family left around the world. And do you know why that is? It's because I want my sons and daughters to have the best things while growing up. I'm sure there's some parents out there that can agree with me on that. Hey Felicity, do you have any wild lupins here in Schmeeckle?
Well, yes, in fact I do. I have one right here.
Oh, great!
How's this?
This is perfect. Thank you so much.
Of course.
See, now this lupin plant isn't quite as pretty as me, but it'll do. But it also has some really delicious leaves for my baby caterpillars once they hatch. And they munch on them for about a month to become big and strong. And then, when they're just about to turn into a beautiful butterfly like me, they take a week and go hide inside their chrysalis. I know, teenagers, they're a little antisocial, but they're only in their chrysalis for about a week, and then they're ready to transform into a beautiful butterfly like me. But you know what's kind of sad? I haven't been able to find as many wild lupins around lately. Apparently, their numbers have been going down, just like my Carner Blue family. But I have some good news for you here at Schmeeckle. As I've been flying across the Midwest, I have found that central Wisconsin has the most widespread amount of lupin anywhere. How cool is that?
Wow, that's pretty cool because wild lupin is one of my favorites too. And it's been so nice learning about your family. But Bella, would you mind telling me how your kids are?
Oh, my kids have been doing wonderfully. And while I'm sure that a lot of you haven't seen me flying around in the darkness, you've probably seen my kids around in fall. Now, as you can see, here's a picture. Thank you. My kids are called the woolly bear caterpillar. You might have seen them. Now, my caterpillars are born, and they're this nice fuzzy black color with a brown stripe down the middle. We're pretty famous when we're caterpillars, because people a lot of times think that if we're born as a caterpillar and this brown stripe is really, really small, that winter's going to be really harsh. But if the band is wider, that winter's going to go pretty good. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I think that if this were true, last year's caterpillars would have been completely black, because winter's just never ending. But really, when all my babies were born, they all had stripes like this. Because when we get older, as we grow, the stripe gets a little bit wider, so the myth isn't exactly true. Would you like to look at the baby pictures?
Oh, I'd love to.
Yes. And we like to tell this story a lot because since we're so shy, we don't have that much claim to fame. So we like to tell people about this story a lot. Now, when our caterpillars are growing and they're going to become butt moths like me, we don't like to show off that much, so we like to make a cocoon instead of a chrysalis that's just hanging out for everybody to see. So our cocoon, we make it out of silk, and we usually hide it. So it's usually hidden really well beneath the bark of trees, in the grass litter, or even sometimes beneath picnic tables, or right in the woods in your home. That way we can hide from all of our predators. Sometimes we even put some little larval hairs on there, so when a predator does bite into it, it's going to sting their mouths and they'll immediately put it away. So lots of things like to make moths their dinner. Speaking of predators, it's getting really dark outside. That means the bats are going to be coming out soon. Bats love to eat moths like me. I've got a full night ahead of me and there's lots of stuff that I wanted to do. I see so many pretty lights out that I want to go look at. So I think that I'm going to head out of this party just a little bit early so that I can go and get everything done and avoid the predators. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, I'm also getting pretty tired from buzzing all day long. I think I'm gonna get going too. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, of course, Beatrice, anytime.
And it was nice meeting all of you.
I need to save up my energy so I can defend my territory tomorrow. I'm just gonna grab a snack for the road.
All right.
Goodbye!
You know, Kelly, this really has been a great dinner party, but you've really stolen the show.
Oh, I know. But I guess I should probably get going too. It's getting late and my husband still isn't here yet. He's probably gotten lost and hasn't even found Schmeeckle.
Oh man, those men, they never ask for directions.
No. Oh well, I'll find him eventually. Goodbye everyone, it was nice to meet you all. Goodbye.
Well, everybody, I have had a wonderful time tonight at our pollinator dinner party, and I hope you have as well. This time, when the flowers start coming out, I hope you look at them a little bit differently now that you know all the hard work that my pollinator friends have put in to make them bloom and grow. But if you'd like to help the pollinators out at home, you can either plant some wildflowers around your home or build some habitat that will bring pollinators to your house. And then maybe next time, we can have our pollinator dinner party with you at your house. But as you can see, I have a lot of cleaning up to do. So I'm going to get going, and I'd like to wish you all a wonderful night and have a great time at the rest of the hike.